Oh yeah, now my people, it's your guy, the Nigerian Englishman, and we are back here on One Touch TV, and we're here to discuss the monstrosity, the disgraceful performance by the Super Eagles yesterday, Nigeria versus Ghana, live in Abuja. We're here to chop it up. I think we needed a few hours to recover. That's why we couldn't do the reaction straight after the show, but we're here to have our own therapy session right here and now. And joining us, we have our illustrious panel. First of all, returning to the show, back by popular demand, we have Okwe. How you doing, Okwe? How you feeling now?
I'm very I'm still not feeling good. I'm still heartbroken. I'm still sad. I mean I'm still not happy. I don't know when I'll be happy with Nigeria football. It's going to take a while. I'm just waiting for Premier League to come back so I can be happy again.
As in,
But
you're right. We need
aside
we need
that,
club
Sorry,
football
Uncle. Who
to
do you
deliver.
support? Who do you support? I hope you're not a Manchester United fan.
I think she's Chelsea.
hell no. Chelsea,
she's
please.
Chelsea.
Senegal
Then
made
you
it
can
to the World Cup.
then you can receive some joy when the Premier League finally returns.
For real, for real.
Definitely, definitely,
If not Man U, now
definitely.
pain still they follow you. You got the
I
Man U
see.
fans.
I chose right.
Also, I don't need to introduce this guy, royalty on One Touch TV. He's here to drown our sorrows again about this Niger team. Back again, man like Akpos. How you doing, my bro?
Well, I'm good. Well, I'm good. Yesterday was a very sad day for Nigerian football, and it was sad also after what happened after the blast of the 90 minutes, the final whistle. And I would want to say rest in peace to the Zambian doctor who was a CAF official who slumped and died after the pitch was invaded by angry fans. And also rest in peace to everybody who lost their flight, lost their lives in the train from Abuja to Kaduna. So in general, I think it was a sad day for the country, and also what happened after the blast of the final whistle was also a sad one too. So, and this discussion, the fact that Nigeria is going to miss out on the World Cup is also a sad one. But what can we do? It's part of the game, part of the sport, and going forward, I think we as lovers of this football game, we know it's an emotional one. We need to also control our emotions, keep our emotions in check when our team do not get all the results that we desired.
For sure, man, and it's not there's stuff that's bigger than football that are going on around. If people are losing lives and health, as when
True,
there's
true.
football going on, it's their lives that the most important thing. And you're right, we need to learn how to lose gracefully. Although it was a woeful display in Abuja, we still need to learn how to lose with class and with grace because at the end of the day, at that final whistle, even in the 90 minutes, the whole world is watching us. I know there was
True,
people from all
true.
over the world watching that big game. It might have not been as exciting as they would have wanted it to be, but there were still people watching that game. So as you said, rest in peace to people that lost their lives. And there's bigger things than football happening in the world right now. So big up everyone. But guys, ah, we know they go Qatar. Oh. We are not going to Qatar, and I can safely say this is the last time in 2022 that you'll see me wear my Nigeria jersey. Last time in 2022 that we wear my Nigeria jersey. What else is there? Club football will carry me now fully. But guys, let's go into it first of all. Like let's talk about the lineup. First of all, the lineup. Okay, when you saw that starting 11, what was
Yes.
it met with by you? How did you feel?
Well, when I saw the starting 11, I was trying to see if I could find a way to pick into Eguavon's mind to see what he's thinking about by not starting with some of our experienced players in the game. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking about. I don't know the tactic he was trying to, use to win that game. But from the starting 11, it was quite obvious already that Eguavon didn't know what he was doing. Obviously, we needed the likes of Iheanacho, we needed the likes of Ahmed Musa, even though he might have not have played full time, to still start the game because most of our players that actually
Wait,
started that
wait,
game,
wait,
these are boys.
wait. You think Ahmed Musa, you would have picked him to start this game? Musa, old Baba
No,
Musa.
not to start per
To what
se,
then?
not to start per se. But what I'm saying is, I know Ahmed Musa is actually an old man, but still, he has the experience. Even though he's just probably 40, the first half he might have played, maybe something like that. But still, that game self get us a be. That's
So
it.
we'll get into the game after. So Akpos, what about you? What about how did you feel when you saw the lineup? Were you excited? Were you sad? Did you think some players should have got the nod over others? Where were you at?
Well, for me, I would not want to fault his lineup personally because I think like as the one who sees these guys in training, he has a closer shot in terms of how well he see the players performing in training. But I
Akpos,
think
this politician thing that they
no,
do,
no, no,
don't
no,
do
no,
am
no, no.
today.
I'm
What
driving
type of
somewhere. I'm driving
politics?
somewhere.
Yeah. Okay.
First. I mean,
Diplomatic
I'm not
man.
a coach. First, I'm not a coach, bro. I'm an analyst. I'm a journalist. I can talk about the game, right? But I don't have a clear picture of them in training. I don't know if some of those more experienced players have one or two knocks, but I think Okpe have a very valid point there. This is one of the biggest game in African football, playing against our arch rivals Ghana and playing for a World Cup qualifying ticket. Personally, I want to see some of those guys that got made their debut in that game. They are full. The first time they are playing for Nigeria on home soil in that game. But I think I agree with Okpe that maybe, just maybe, it should have gone with some of those guys who understand what it means to play in in the home soil, facing having the Nigerian crowd at your back, supporting you and all of that. So, but personally, I think maybe you should have taken one of those guys away from the heat and bringing some of the guys who have been playing with this team. Because one thing for me, I think Ademola Lookman fine. It got us it got the foul that resulted in the penalty for us.
And he
What's his
played
name?
decent. He played well for the time
No,
he
he
was on.
played. Oh, yeah, he played decent, and also Calvin Bassey coming in. My point is, you just don't bring three players to make their full first home debut in a game as big as that. That's my point. I was trying to say.
I hear you. I hear
I
that.
think
I hear
like
that.
I agree with what Ope was saying in some of those experienced players coming in. My point is, if you have made the team to start up like that, but when things are not going well for you, your plan is not going according to you, you must have strategized it. Why not bring in these experienced guys earlier? Why keep them in the bench till the 75 minutes when they have just 15 minutes to impact the game? And you are seeing how well this Ghanaian block was, defensive block was. So my point is, this guy should have come in earlier. And personally, for me, big up Calvin Bassey. I think he tried. I think he was able to hold his own. Well, no. I'm giving him credit because I felt like personally, no, I know that Shido, you know they agree with me. Oh. I know that you know they agree with me, but why I'm saying this is this. For a lad who has not played African football before, this was a very physical game. No, me, I don't believe in. Personally, I don't believe in that. When they flog Peking, you come flog and begin throw away. They say our people say when you bait Peking, you know go throw away the water where you bait the Peking with the bowl and the Peking inside. You understand? I know this is somebody who a lot of people are giving stick about his performance. Defensively, I felt he held his own, but offensively, going forward with the ball, I think that was where he had problem. But personally, he has started. I think the coach should have brought in Zaidu Sanusi at some point in that game. I don't understand how he sat on that bench for the full 90 minutes and Calvin Bassey ended the game. So, but I know a lot of people I know agree with me, but that's my opinion personally.
All
Big
right.
up.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All
Yeah.
right. So first of all, let me get before I introduce a couple of the guests that just popped in. Big up Mr. Silver Fox. He said, "Good afternoon. Your commiserations. Eagles will fly again. I hope so. I hope so." Man like Munzi Talk saying, "Oh yeah, now I know he loves my phrase. Oh yeah, now big up Munzi Talk. My people, my people." He's bigging up man like Akpos as well, one of the residents on his channel from time to time. Also, but we've got a few people have joined us late on into the panel. First of all, making his One Touch TV debut, we got man like Chido. How you doing, my guy? You good?
Yeah, hey, what's up? How are you now?
We're good, man. Very, very good. And
Sorry,
and
I'm
the
in the
reason why
car. I just left this thing, so I'm just in my car actually. So I'm packed.
it's all good, we
So,
can hear you and see you loud and clear, so it's all good,
all right,
bro.
all right.
But
Hello, everyone.
but
How you guys doing now?
We're good. We're good. Good to have you on the show.
But the reason why I'm coming to Chido first, because I remember when the lineup did come up, he's someone that definitely had a lot of issues with the starting 11. So, Chido, can you please let us know what your main issues with that 11 were before the game
Okay,
started?
so I heard Akpos when I was giving big shout out to Calvin Bassey, and I was thinking to myself,
Yeah.
did Akpos really watch the same game that I watched? I don't know. I don't because I don't understand what Akpos was going on about Calvin Bassey about.
Me
But
too.
I mean, the lineup was shit to me. I didn't like the fact that Bassey started over Sanusi, and then he showed it and he played for 90 minutes was crap. Etebo was another guy that shouldn't have. There was no reason for Etebo being in that team. This guy just came back from injury. He's not. He struggled to get to the squad.
I think he staked his claim to have started that game. When him and Frank Onyeka were substituted into the game in Kumasi, we saw changes in that midfield. I don't know if anybody,
and Etebo has the experience, to be honest, in games like this.
The only reason why Bonke did not play the second leg, I hope, was
you wanted to see Bonke start the second leg ahead of Etebo and Frank Onyeka.
What?
Yeah, so he was screaming it last night in the studio. He was
the second leg ahead of Frank Onyeka and Etebo.
Of course, Bonke was the reason why what's his name? Partey lost the ball 17 times in the first leg. Partey had the freedom yesterday. See the goal he scored. Onyeka was supposed to close him down. He didn't close him down. Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Dennis, I mean, I don't want to be too hard on Dennis, right? Because he didn't. You're
already very hard on the team already.
Hold on. Don't be critical on his performance just yet. Just talk about the lineup first, and then we'll get into all of the performances in a second.
The lineup. So the lineup: Etebo, Bassi. I mean, again, I like the way Lookman played. So Lookman's inclusion was good in the lineup. And then look at the bench. We don't really have a good bench. I mean, what are you doing with 2 45-year-old guys? What is Musa doing in that team? What is Igalo doing in that team? Like, what is going on, bro? Igalo came on, he didn't even touch the ball. Like, bro,
15 minutes.
It was just a ridiculous show. It was just crazy. Like, I look at it, I'm like, wow. Against Ghana. Yes, they said Ghanaians, they changed the coach. They sacked the Serbian coach. He's a new coach. I mean, they changed the team that played against Comoros and the likes in AFCON. I mean, it's a new team, blah, 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 blah. But come on. We couldn't string 4 passes in that midfield.
Facts. And we're going to get into the game in a sec now. So, guys, I agree with a lot of things that are being said, but I won't lie to you. The thing that got me excited when it came to the lineup was the fact that Eguavon was actually trying some new things. I'm not saying I 100% agree with the personnel changes, but I like that. Wow, he's trying something new, like, because he's used to sticking it one way and going the same way over and over again. I was excited about Lookman. I wasn't too sure about Dennis, but I was excited about Lookman. I was excited that they did the 3-man midfield so we can finally see what this Arubo can do in a 3-man midfield with him playing the most advanced position. I wanted to see what that looked like as well. And I did, and you guys remember, I did call for Kelechi to be on the bench for this game and for us to go with Osimhen up top. And I don't know about you guys. Do you think Kelechi was carrying a knock? Because he didn't even come on in the second half. So that was surprising for me. Like, do you think he had a knock? Because I think we used 4 or 5 subs and he didn't come on.
Personally, for me, I'm not sure he was carrying a knock. I think if the coach dropping Kelechi and Simon Moses was the fact that they were not playing to instruction, in my opinion. Because I think I heard something about the coach taking Simon Moses on the side before the first game with Ghana and Kumasi and telling him specifically not to hold on to the ball too much. And he started that game and he did the exact opposite of the instructions he got. So I think the coach started the game with people who he felt like would play to his instructions. Players
and that makes sense.
If I tell them do it, they will do it for me.
Yeah, and that makes sense. That's quite evident in the lineup. So Ola, thanks for joining us on the show. Let's move past the lineup now. Let's talk about the game. The game has started, and Chido will tell you I missed the first 10 minutes. I missed the Ghanaian goal, so I didn't see what was happening. So as the game started, Ola, how did you start to feel as you started watching our play?
We didn't play like someone that wants to win the game yesterday. There was nothing. First, let me just say this: a lot of these players are not good enough. That's just the fact. And being in Nigeria and seeing a lot of talent that we have in this country, I don't think these players are representing us well because we have a lot of talented players, talented footballers here in Nigeria. So I don't know if it's like a selection problem or our league. Look at our league. Our league is not even that good. So we can't cry out for a lot of home-based players. Our league is not good. We don't do well in the African tournaments that we play. So what are we going to step up for this game? Like I said in the preview, we had to start on the front foot. We had to start very well. Until we consider our goal, we weren't showing anything. But after the goal, we picked up We're trying to do things. Lukman was making some moves, a couple of dribbles here and there. And sometimes I felt like the dribbles was too much. Before the Lukman's goal, we had a chance that the players were just playing with the ball, take a shot, just try to do something. Let them feel that yes,
we have nobody in that lineup that would tear ball, that would tear shots on a regular basis. We have nobody.
And these players can't move the ball around very well because a lot of sloppy passes, slow passes. The intensity was not there. And Ghana came with a game plan, and it worked perfectly for them because once they got that first goal, what else do they want? They know if we do the game 1-1, they qualify, so they could defend for the full 90 minutes. And they know we don't have a good midfield to break them down. The midfield was nothing to write them about. Onyeka, Etebo, I don't care at this point. All of them are not good enough. We need we expect too much from these players sometimes. We expect way too much from them. We believe they are that good, but they are not good enough.
Okwe, do you agree with Ola? Do you think that us as fans, we expect too much from these boys, or they should be doing better?
Expect too much? No, they should be doing better.
They are not good enough.
I think what
yes,
Ola is saying is that they are not good enough, which I kind of agree with.
Truth.
Like these guys,
They are not obviously.
Average.
Obviously, they are not good enough.
Hold on.
So why are you expecting better from people that are not good enough?
No, wait. Good enough for what? Are you telling me that 11 is not good enough to beat the Ghanaian 11? Is that what you're saying?
I don't think. No, they are not actually. No. So if you take the average, right, the starting 11 of the Nigerian team compared to the starting 11 of the Ghanaian team, look at the clubs they play for. Actually, the Ghanaians are actually better than us.
They are not.
Yes,
they are, bro.
They are not.
Let's compare. Check their team, right? The squad, right?
Yes,
from Kudus to play for Ajax. What are you guys saying? Do you guys?
Okay, wait. Hold on. I'm not talking about one individual player.
No, I'm saying the average team. The whole team. Look at the whole team.
How many
They are way better than us. Our guys are bang average.
No.
Okay,
I saw
let's compare to that Ghanaian team. No,
wait. You're
I'm
right.
telling you, our guys are bang average.
Let's compare the list. Let's compare the list now. Just Kudus and Partey.
Hold on. Let me pull up the list for you.
Let's pull
it's not about the list. I feel like we have players that are playing in like bigger clubs. Yes, no. But how many of the Nigerian players are starting in their team? How many of them have like a starting shape and are playing well week in, week out?
Bro, I don't play anything in that game yesterday. A team that has a plan is beating that Ghanaian team. We just didn't have a freaking plan.
Yes,
we have good enough players.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. On the Ghanaian, like we should be beating the Ghanaian team with players we have. But the players we have too, we believe they are that good, but we don't know they are not that good. But look at let's leave the country and look at the club side. How many of them are playing well week in, week out for their clubs? Most of them are on the bench, coming in second half. So some of them are not even they are not doing anything in their club side. So we are going to have to come to the countryside and start scoring.
Bro, I don't agree. I don't agree. They perform in their club. The problem is this: for them to replicate that performance that they perform at their football club for the Super Eagles, that's been the problem over time. Not like these guys
they're not quality. They're not able to transfer their club form. Moses played rubbish. Chukwueze.
Chido, I'm waiting for you to pull up the list. So let's compare the quality in that Ghana team.
He's forgotten that matter. I don't want to bring that list again.
Pull up the list. I have the list. You want to compare the quality in the Nigerian team?
Let's look at it. Okay, we are saying fine. We have quality players that should be winning this Ghana team. Yes, because the Ghanaian team they don't really have anything spectacular in their team. But at the end of the day, look at our own players. Let's just wait from January to now. How many of the players in our starting lineup are on form in their club side? How many of them are scoring goals? How many of them are making assists in their club side? You can count. Yeah, there's not a lot of them. So I think we have to scout for like better players. These players are
on that one, I will not agree with you. What's his name? Emmanuel Dennis has been on a very good form. He has scored the big one to the Premier League. So how can you say he's not doing well? Ademola Lookman is doing well. Samuel Moses has been at the start of the season, he was top of the assist in League One. So the problem is not about their quality. The problem is for them to replicate this performance that we see them do in their football club for the national team. And one thing we need to understand is national team football is a lot more different than club football. How many times did you guys have time to train together? How many friendlies do they play together before they went to play Ghana? That's another thing we have to put into consideration. When they are playing for their football club, they have a full preseason training camp. You training week in and week out with these guys. So that's something we need to understand. Harry Maguire the Harry Maguire of the Three Lions England. Is it the same thing as the Harry Maguire of Manchester United?
At all.
Yeah, we can't compare now. Look, Fred. When Fred is playing for Brazil, I get what you're saying. Fred of Manchester United.
I get what you are saying, but at the end of the day, like you called Emmanuel Dennis and Moses Simon or maybe Osimhen. See, fine, I get. Top football is different from
What about Leon Balogun? Bro, what about Leon Balogun? In the last couple of games for Rangers, he has been one of their best performers. Joe
Balogun has been in this team for how many years now?
The only player you can even say that where we've not seen him act on in the last couple of games. In the last couple of games should be a table because the fact that he has been injured. Beside that, all the players that started in that game. I feel Table and Ola United has not been playing for for Torino. The other players have been performance for their football club. So the problem is not about the quality.
Their performance is spectacular. That's what I'm talking about. See, it's not about playing. You can play. You can always play. You can always play. Okay, like Osimhen scored goals. Dennis is scoring for Watford. And
in the best league in the world as well. Not just any league. In the best league in the world, he's the top scorer.
Yeah, I know. But at the end of the day, how many of these players are putting in good performance week in, week out? Just few.
Okay, wait, hold on. I'm going to continue this. Let me just get into some of the comments in the comment section, then we'll continue. Munzi Talk says, it's kicking off already. Oh, yeah, now. Big up, Munzi. Calm it down, Akpos. Big up. Noah said, big up One Touch, bro. Some of these Nigerian players need a wing. Big up Saint LFC TV. He's now remember that he's Ghanaian or this Saint LFC TV. Big up.
Saint, you are not welcome me on this channel today.
He said, I can't stay here too much. Too much salt is not good for my blood pressure. You're not serious. Bad man. I've just looked at your lineup and you should beat these Ghanaians. You're right, man. That's what we're trying to tell. We're trying to tell Ola and Chido here. Our squad is good enough to beat this team. We're not the best, but we've got good enough. Our team is informed.
See, Ola, should be told we are good enough to beat anybody in Africa. If we really utilize all the potentials we have. We saw it in the problem. It was not a group, Baba. The same
potentials don't win you games. Potentials don't win you games. We know. Potentials don't win you game. We know we have these players and they have the potential. We know about all that. But potentials don't win you game. It's a performance on the pitch that wins you game. And our performance apart from
to be able to harness it. Potential.
Okay, Okwe and Chido, I want to address you guys because we kind of taken over this show for the last 10 minutes. But first of all, do you think it's a quality issue or is it a we don't play as a team issue? Is it quality of the individuals or the team, the way the team play together? Which one is it?
What did you say?
Is it the quality of the players that we're lacking or is the way we gel as a team? Which one is it?
Oh, it's both. I mean, the quality is not there. Quality is zero. I don't understand what you guys are talking about. Like, what are you guys saying? Who there is a quality player apart from Osimhen? And then maybe Lookman. Dennis, out of position. It's good for Watford, but that's just about it.
I'm not comparing it to the rest of the world. I'm comparing it to that 11 that we were facing. We have better quality than the 11 we were facing.
Bro, do you know the guys that played for that played for Ghana? Kudus plays for Aya.
Yeah, tell
Amate plays for Leicester. Partey plays for Arsenal. Are you joking?
So name another one. Name another one, Chido. Name another one.
Name number 4.
Gia plays for Crystal Palace. Are you whining me?
Who?
Are you guys joking?
Who plays for Crystal Palace?
Gian
plays for AS Roma and Gian.
Are you? Jordan, are you?
And he's
When
scored one
last
goal
did
in
this score for
45
Palace?
games.
Wait, Chido, when last did this score for
One
Palace?
goal.
You're talking about quality
One
now.
in the
Yes,
last
sir.
45
What?
games for Crystal Palace. So 1 in 45.
What?
And you're calling this guy.
What game was the last game are you scored for Palace? It's not a lack of quality, bro. Not the lack of quality be our problem.
No.
Quality plenty
Bro,
for
I
that
can't
one.
understand. You said what?
Not
I
that
said, when was the last time you scored for Palace?
Are you?
Yes,
That was like a couple of games ago.
Bro,
When was the last time your player scored for
Is he a starter? Is he a starter?
1 in 45.
Yes, he's a starter.
Why you scored 1 goal in 45?
Who is the bench?
1 goal in 45.
Who is the bench?
You said what?
You're calling him.
This
Are you the
scored
player?
1 goal for
Who is this?
45 games and you're calling
1 goal for 5 games. Yeah, but still playing in the top side now. He's still playing in the top side. I think the way he plays his own team.
scoring regularly.
So again, the Nigerian quality is not there. Let's not deceive ourselves. We don't have quality. The cohesion is not there.
Nigeria
is not there. Zero.
We have better players than the Ghanaian team. We know. We have better players.
Yes, we do.
I don't think we have better players than the Ghanaian team. We don't. Actually, unless you're deceiving yourself.
Far way better than the Ghanaian team.
Only players that you know, because you're aware of them. That's because you're Nigerian. You're aware of them. They have better players than
Nigeria now, bro.
I swear. You're aware of them. That's all.
I they mute everybody here, or everyone else shut up. Everybody quiet. One house. First of all, I'm going to get into a couple of comments, then we're going to have Okwe coming with her analysis. So, Mbizo says, what's up? Milton, big up Milton. Water break, gents. You're too heated. We are. Oh, there's enough heat and tension for this studio, Milton. Nigeria lacked energy. The same thing against Tunisia in AFCON. There's a mental or psychological problem because the talent is sufficient to be performing. That's exactly what I'm saying.
God bless you.
It's a psychological thing. It's not a talent-wise thing. We're just not cohesive and we're not playing as a team. Good news is that Victor Osimhen is one of the best strikers in the world. What a player. I guess that's one positive we can take from yesterday. But Mbize, we're not ready to give those positives just yet.
Victor Osimhen is a B- striker. I don't know what you're talking about. One of the best players in the world. What do you mean one of the best players in the world? He's a B- striker. He had just one chance in that game. The one he tried to do the bicycle kick. Do you know what a quality player would have done?
No banter.
You would have used the chest to beat that player and put it in the net. That was the only chance he had.
No attack of Victor Osimhen will be accepted in this challenge today.
Oh my God! You see, me, I'm a Chelsea fan, and I am used to quality. So I don't know that they're talking about quality top strikers in the world. Osimhen, are you whining me?
Wait.
Osimhen top striker in the world. Are you whining me?
Bro.
Says,
it's
a great
call all the
stream.
top
really
quality strikers in the world now.
Change.
After Haaland, Lewandowski, call all the top quality strikers. You can't Victor Osimhen there among the best.
Osimhen, he's not top striker. I beg, no, bro, no vex. He's not top striker quality.
A striker that Napoli rejected the 100 million for. In the
past,
I
think there was money laundering that was going on. They see this guy.
10 strikers in the world.
Do you know how much man you bought Harry Maguire? How much did man you buy Harry Maguire? How much did man you buy Harry Maguire? Harry Maguire, how much did man you buy Harry Maguire?
Is he up to 100 defender? Is he up
Harry Maguire, how much did man you buy? He's a top defender. Are you whining me?
It's not
with the quality. With the quality is there. The quality is there. We can't argue that.
No. I'm not saying quality is not there. I'm saying it's not a world-class striker.
One sec. I have a question.
He's a world-class striker.
Question. First of all,
I don't know the question of world-class. So
hold on. Make a land. People, wait. Mumsy says, this is a great stream. I'm really enjoying it. Makes a change to see Akpos and Nigerian Englishman upset. It is usually you. Yes, it is usually you, Mumsy. And after this weekend's Premier League games, we'll come back to you on your channel. Don't worry about that. But this one is for I want Okwe to address that no, Nigeria doesn't lack quality. They are not world class as once upon a time we were, but Nigeria is one of the best teams on paper in Africa. Ghana is not on Nigeria's level on paper. Do you agree with those things and Bizo is saying? And can you talk more on that, Okwe?
Okay, Nigerians team, the truth be told actually is that we actually have quality players. Our players are actually, I made a mistake the other time, our players are actually better than the Ghanaians players. But you asked a question earlier about quality and You said, is it quality or is it? Please, can you remind me the second
Is it
question?
quality or is it the way we play as a team? How we come together as a team? Which one is it?
Yes. Actually, it's both. Honestly, when I was watching the game yesterday, it looked like it was only Osimhen that was putting in the struggle, the tenacity, the urgency in the game. I saw them giving him long passes, long crosses, and it just looked like now Baba just they run. He's running from the middle straight to the front. Like it felt like he obviously needed support. And
Right.
Nigeria weren't even playing, they weren't playing like a team. I saw a lot of loose, there were a lot of opens everywhere. It was just like I've been saying,
It's a
it was
shambles,
just
bro.
honestly
I mean,
it's just sad.
Quality
do
team.
you
People are
not feel
deluded,
like you're
bro.
watching?
No,
I felt like I was watching Prime Stoke FC, long ball FC,
guy,
like long ball upon long
guy.
ball,
So
and
even
we
better
weren't
than
even
this
good
one.
at it. That was the worst
So
part. I was saying to Gino,
so
we
better
were
than
not
this one
even
because
good at the thing that we were
yes,
trying to do. We kept throwing long balls, but we weren't even
it just be
good at
like
it.
Burnley, like Burnley.
Honestly,
But Burnley is good at it. We are not even good
Yeah.
at it. Even playing the long
honestly,
ball. So what are we
even
now good at?
the crosses were terrible. They were horrendous. It was just, I was like, where is Alexander Arnold, for God's sake? Like, just wishing he was in the
Go
team.
back to players like that.
He's praying for a trend.
It was just sad. No. Quality,
So
we
wait.
have quality.
So let's talk about this, and I want to address this because we do have more quality in the team than Ghana, but there's some things we do need to address. Like there are some guys that must never play for Nigeria, like Bassi. Who was
Basi,
shouting Bassi? That's your guy, Akpos. They come for your guy, Bassi. Like Chido was trying to tell you, Bassi should never wear a Niger shirt. I think Aribo should be a squad player at best. He should not be starting any engine for the Niger team. Like we're relying on Aribo to provide our creative spark. That's embarrassing. Let's be honest. As Niger, and when we talk about qualities, little things like that really frustrate me. Aribo is our creative spark. Again, everyone was saying I'm too harsh on him in the past by saying he's an average player. He plays better in an advanced role. So I was like, okay, cool. Finally, I'll get to see him in an advanced role. But he was so bad, the defense kept missing out our whole midfield. We missed out our midfield every attack that we went for. Our whole midfield got missed out because they were not good enough at carrying the ball, finding the pass, dribbling,
I'm doing anything.
anything.
I'm doing anything.
yeah,
Yeah,
anything.
Aribo. So I think Aribo is. I mean, Aribo is quite average. But in his defense, this game, what happened? If you look at the game, he was doing a lot of defensive work, trying to help out Etebo. Guy, Etebo was -2. Etebo was terrible. Etebo was pathetic. Dude, that guy was beyond average. Like Aribo is not a creative force. That's just the reality. He's not good enough.
Yeah.
But what made him worse yesterday was that guy was trying to help out Etebo. Because that Etebo was such a liability.
But
that midfield was non-existent.
Okay, but wait,
That was the standard.
Which midfield would you have started yesterday? If not the one that started. Which three?
That's
would
not
you
the
have
problem.
started?
We don't really have any creative midfielder in that team that is that creative.
So now,
that really
as it is, because we didn't have a destroyer, right? What we could have done, right? We could have played Aribo back. So use Aribo Oyeka, bring in Ihe Nacho just behind them. So it would be like a 4-2-1, 4-2-1-2-1. You get what I'm saying? So it will be Ihe Nacho behind Victor Osimhen, right? You have Dennis and then Lukman. You now have Aribu and then Oyeka there because Bonke was injured, Ndidi was injured. We didn't have anybody, so that would have even still made more sense.
The same Ian Ashaw that if I don't know, but but I think you must be among the people that was calling for Ian Ashaw to be dropped. He has been dropped. I
agree. Yes,
the result did not go well. Now you want him to be back in the starting 11.
No, he will come on. Because clearly Etebo is such a liability.
Wait,
clearly Etebo is such a liability.
No, what I'm saying is this: Etebo did not perform in that game quite all right, but and I know the way we fans look at these things. Many people were saying Ian should be dropped in this 11. Now
Yes.
Ian has been dropped. The game did not go
Because you don't have
to
a
our
quality
favor.
team. Did
Now
you
we
see
are
your bench?
saying Ian should be back in the 11.
Did you see your bench? Did you see your bench? Who was on your bench?
Which player would
wait,
you want to put in the midfield beside the table? Which player would you want to put in that
Wait,
midfield
listen,
beside the
listen.
table? How many players do they have in
Akpos,
this
did you see
position?
your bench? Who was on your bench?
Who are making the selections of these players in the
Who
first
would
place?
you want to put in
Who
the
wait?
game? When the
Akpos,
table entered
who
that
was on your
game, the
bench?
game is
Who was on your bench?
You know,
Abdullahi.
when
Who are
the
making
table
the selections of
entered
these
that
players
game,
in the first place?
did he
Sanusi,
impact the game
defender.
positively?
Wait,
Did he
hear your
impact the
bench,
game
bro.
positively?
Abdullahi, defender. Sanusi,
Uh,
defender.
Bro,
Umar Sadiq,
wait,
striker.
who was that
Moses
number,
Simon, winger.
number 12 that they
You have.
brought on at
What are you
halftime?
saying? Now who they your bench for there?
Please, can someone
The
explain that?
problem is not only
Wait, hold on. Can someone explain to me that halftime substitution that was made? Please,
They
someone
brought off. They took off Oyeka. Put. They brought Abdullahi.
Shehu.
Imagine
Unless-
they brought a wing back to come and play central midfield, and you say you have a coach. I say you have quality in your team. Are you whining me? What are you guys saying?
The thing with this is, unless
She knows. See, this is the problem that I have with fans sometimes. You are shouting for a destroyer, a defender that has an history to have played in midfield before. Who has played in midfield before? Go and check in his career. He has
As
played
a
in
what?
defensive midfield before.
Wait. As a what? As a what?
Is it because
No,
as
but wait.
a what? Back every time. Shehu has played in
Akpos.
a defensive midfield role before. Check
Akpos,
it.
the question was
You guys whining me.
No, now,
To be honest,
sometimes.
Say Abdullahi before I play the defensive midfield, say what happened.
He did not go in our
Akpos.
favor.
Akpos, wait, I'm not even debating that maybe he's playing out of position. I'm not even going to tackle that one. My issue is, what was the thought process with bringing him on? That's what I want to know. What was the thought?
Maybe he was supposed to allow. He was supposed to allow Bassey overlap well. Oh boy, not that. They're gonna kill me for you. Oh God, Nigeria.
All right, let's take a breather, guys. Let's check in some of these comments and keep it moving again. Hold on. Mandy,
Oh boy,
picking up
Eagles.
up there.
God.
Let her speak. Manzi, we let her speak, man. Don't worry, we let her speak. Manzi also saying timeout is definitely getting heated. This one is for Chido. Said Chido wants to talk about the worst player in a Ghana shirt. Ayu. They won despite him. I'm a Palace fan and I can't wait to sell him. So don't be bringing players like Ayu to any discussion. I beg.
No. I used to better than your player.
Said,
I beg.
I disagree. Are you guys hurting? What do you mean are we hurting in Biza? What kind of question is that? Don't make me come and find you in those favelas in Brazil. I'm not worried about what Chido says. He rates. Chido is not even rating you. He said you rate
I don't rate Ayo. Please, though. I don't rate Ayo. I said he's better than our players, though. Hey, I don't rate Ayo. Ayo is better than our own players. That's all.
It's not only the players. It's from the selection process. Everything from top to bottom. Because I feel
who is Ayu better than? Who is Ayu better than in that Nigerian attack?
What?
Leave Ayu
He's not even better than Sadiq, who plays on the bench.
What are you saying? Are you better than Igalo? Who? Are you better than Igalo? Your current Igalo. People are whining me.
How many goals has Ayu scored in the Premier League?
People are whining me.
You don't get shame.
How can you make Igalo and Ayu
better than your Igalo that you have there?
You know,
imagine
that you're bringing.
Let's leave Partey aside now. Let's leave Partey aside.
Not be your striker. Not be for your top line. Is Igalo a defender?
For you to measure Ayu and Igalo in the same conversation. How many goals has he
Not
scored
you
in the
bring
Premier League?
striker.
You say?
I'm sure that Igalo even has more Premier League.
Is Igalo a defender?
Igalo probably has more Premier League goals than Ayu, and he only get half a season in Premier League.
How many goals he don't score? How many goals he don't score for Nations Cup before?
But we know this one. What they pay me? They say now we never go World Cup because they watch World Cup without Nigeria being in it. It's such a bad feeling. Like yesterday, that feeling was not good at all. For any Nigerian that watched that game, I feel like we didn't see what we were expecting. We were expecting like a very good performance. Even if we ended up joining that game and not going for the World Cup, but the performance was on a very good level. We feel bad, but we know these players shall all their best.
Yeah, we'll at least have some hope for the future. But there was nothing in that performance that gave me hope.
There was nothing. That's what I'm saying. There was nothing in the performance. So
that's what makes. Crossing was definitely terrible. He said, "Great play,
it was
amateur crossing." But Manzi says Bassi is pants for Rangers. Are these the players that are starting for Nigeria? Bassi.
That's what I'm saying. What's the selection process of bringing in all these players into coming to play for this country? Because I feel
in the case of Bassi, fine, he has not had a good game, but I don't think we should be over critical on this.
No, not Bassi. I'm not stating Bassi.
Man, bro, Bassi was shit. I beg you. And I don't even understand how he played 90 minutes. Like, how will he play 90 minutes?
A lot of times, I know the way our fans will react about this. If they don't put Bassi in for this list and we get out of this Nations Cup, a lot of people will be shouting, "What about Bassi that is performing for Rangers? Why was he not invited?" What's the criteria to be in the national team? You should be playing for your football club and be playing well, be performing well. Bassi, check his last couple of games for Rangers now.
I don't know about Bassi.
Hold on, let me show you.
I don't watch them, but Monzi has told us in the comments that he plays rubbish for Rangers.
I don't agree with Monzi on that one personally. Maybe it's a different Rangers team.
No, not rubbish. He's shit. He's bad shit.
I'm not making that. No, that's because once this is the first time I've seen him in this game. So and coming into a game I think it's bad because of just one performance. But I feel like we should have the best of the best starting in our starting 11.
Sanusi is supposed to start.
I agree.
Wait, Mbizo says Nigeria does not have any creative midfielders. I agree with you that he's not a gem, but there aren't many attack central midfield options. How do we fix this midfield option? What do we do? Is there players we need to go and find? Is there a different system? What do we need to do to sort out this lack of creativity?
Well, obviously, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, because I've been having issue with my phone since. Obviously, we need new and hungry players in the Nigerian team that can also be creative. Because in the midfield, the players we have now, they are zero, they are shit, except for Ndidi. But the rest, Ego B. We need new, hungry, and creative players in Nigeria team presently now. That's just the best thing I think we can do.
We need to go back to all the previous successful.
So we should drop the quality players we have and look for new players. Now you put it.
Chido,
how now?
Context.
I see them for your analysis. You said you were going to pull up the list and
I'm going to want me.
Look, we're not saying that. All I'm saying is she's right as well in terms of we need to refresh some players in the squad. But with that being said, we still have enough quality to dispose of this Ghanaian side. That's my issue.
Yes.
Maybe we'll get destroyed at the World Cup, but we have enough to get to that World Cup.
We're supposed to beat them woto.
NigerianEnglishman, you can remember in the preview that we're predicting 2-1, 3-1, 2-0.
And that's because of the quality we have now.
Performance on the pitch that matters, and I said it that day.
I'm glad you used that point to address me, because the reason we were saying 2-0, 3-1 is because we believed our quality was better than theirs.
Yes. But at the end of the day, the performance on the day was shocking. So that's what.
Honestly.
So until that's what I believe we can always predict. We can always talk about this player is good, that is good. But at the end of the day, performance on the day is what matters. And these players didn't deliver on that day. Osimhen can go back to his club and score 20 more goals. But my problem is for the national team, the day we needed you to turn up for us, we didn't get any goals from you. Same with Moses, same with Dennis. They can all go to their clubs and flourish and keep scoring. But what matters to us was the game against Ghana yesterday, and it was a very disappointing one. And now we as Nigeria will be watching the World Cup without seeing our country in it. I don't know how that will feel.
Okay, so before we go into what is the future for Nigeria, let me respond to one thing that Akpos said and get into some more comments. Akpos said he knows what fans are gonna do now. The ones that were asking for Kelechi to be benched, they'll be asking why didn't you play him? But look, me personally, I can't talk on the other fans. I wanted to bench Kelechi because I wanted him to be created as an option to come on in the second half. I wanted to have some plan A and plan B situations. So what I would have done was bring him on 65th minute when nothing was happening creatively. I would have told Aribo either come off or drop back and let Kelechi just kind of play in that whole number 10 role, create some support for Osimhen, because as you said, he looked lost. There was no one to connect him to the play. It was just going from defense to attack, back to their keeper, defense to attack, back to their keeper. When we did have the ball, we kept passing it back. When Moses Simon came on, we were keeping the ball for too long again. It's like nobody has a plan. We were trying to play Vibes FC, but we don't have good enough players to individually win a game with Vibes.
At some point, I would have even put in Sadiq, and
you don't have enough players.
Just get the one goal. But even if you put in Sadiq, the deliveries were not great. The deliveries were bad crosses coming in. So how will Sadiq be able to even get the goal? Because I think at that point, we just won't do anything to get that one goal and qualify for the World Cup. First, then we'll now wait for the performance we will do. Then when we get to the World Cup. But now, unfortunately.
Chido, calm down. I know what you're trying to do here.
You guys
we don't have enough individual brilliance to be Vibes FC. We have to play as a team so we can capitalize on the fact that we have a better individual players in Ghana. We didn't play as a team yesterday. We played as individuals. No one looked like they had a plan. Literally.
I agree with you on that. I agree with you.
So Mbizo says, I actually don't know Bassi very well. It's one of the few times I've seen him. I'm just saying from what I saw in the performance itself, he was diabolical. And I agree with Akpos as well. We can't judge him on one or two performances. He needs more games. But if we're discussing how he played yesterday, as I agree with Mbizo, he didn't play very well. Love the energy. Never seen Akpos so angry. See you,
Monty. I'm still pained.
Starting lineup right is 50% of the job. I agree. I'm telling you, McFred is your answer in midfield. Shut up there, Monty. We don't want anything about fucking you here.
No. McFred for better pass this one with this rubbish they play yesterday. As McFred was
real talk. If we had McFred, we would have had a better combinations in the midfield than this nonsense that played yesterday, bro. They were jokes. So, guys,
I think our coaches. We talk about our coaches. Our coaches are technically.
Hold on, Chido. We're gonna get there now. Exactly your point. Look, so basically, we're out of the World Cup. Ghana are flying the flag for West Africa. Eguavon is still our coach. We're still the next game we have is still gonna have creative issues. So Chido, lead us. Where do you see this team going? Like, where do we go from here with this team, this squad, this coach? Where do we go?
So where are you saying? Where is Nigerian football going? Like that's the question.
Where do we go with this squad, with these players and this coach? Where do we go from?
Well, Pinnick is leaving in September. Abaju Pinnick.
Amen.
He's leaving in September.
Amen.
He's not, and like his time is up in September. It's supposed to be, there'll be a new election and all that kind of stuff.
Nigeria, anything is possible, but amen to that.
The guy, if he bring him back again, if he change this thing. Well, I don't know, man. Well, this guy was dog shit, man. I keep telling you guys, I don't know what you guys are talking about to have quality. We're dog shit. Our coaches are shit. Where do we go from here, bro? Eguavon has to go, man. Come on, man. The guy, what is he doing there? The same fucking shit he did against Tunisia was the same thing he did against Ghana. Like, everybody knows if you clip the wings, we are eagles. If you clip the wings, we don't go. And true. If you clip our wings, we don't go. We can't fly.
Real talk. That's real.
Talk. So I mean, the coach doesn't have a plan B. What is he doing there? It makes no sense, man. It makes no sense at all.
Akpos,
again, look at that bench, bro. The bench was an eyesore.
Nah, it was, bro. I like when I saw Musa and what's his name? Come on, I knew it was.
Igalo.
I knew game over. Igalo and Musa. I knew game
bro.
Over. Musa just
you got Igalo for what 20 minutes? I didn't touch the ball.
Pounded, yeah, man. and Ogbono.
Bro, just see within ourselves like this. We don't already analyze. Okay, come. Etebo was the problem. So suppose say come out Etebo, bring Aribo back, bring Iheanacho for. Say okay, come play behind Victor Osimhen. So we're not saying anything will happen. No, it's not guaranteed. But at least we can see you making some kind of tactical move.
Try change.
Baba don't do anything. No, what's the way they go do?
Nothing, bro.
Ahmed Musa and then who? Hey God, I want that.
Okay, will tell us.
I don't remember that much.
So,
I got all the
that experience from you. I beg.
God.
Do you agree with Chido? Are we lost? Are we far behind? Like, where do we go from here?
You know, say me and Chido no fit agree on many things on this show. There's no way we can agree. There's no way we can agree on many things on this show. After this show, we can agree on other things, but on this show, because personally, I don't agree that it's a quality problem. That's where I don't agree with Chido. Okay. Because I look at those scores, I think like we have individuals who are very talented, who have potentials that can do a lot more if we have the right environment. Because we are talking about the manager, we're talking about all. Football is a very big business now. It goes just beyond what we see in the eyes, just beyond the coaches and all of that. One thing we need to talk about is when things happen like this, a lot of times we're screaming at the branches. Not be the branch. Let's go to the root. That's where the problem lies. We are still talking about the Super Eagles. The Super Eagles does not have a training camp in Nigeria in anywhere where I know of. A team that has existed in the last how many years? A country that is blessed with so much resources. We don't get a camp, a facility. We be like say the Super Eagles facility be this. Every time these players come from home game, this is where they go to train and all that. So I think like the problem that we have is a deep one. It goes just beyond Eguavon and all of that. First of all, there has to be a good environment for the growth to be a permanent one. Because
we don't get good hospitals, we don't get good school. They talk about good environment. Nigeria is the guy.
Anything,
bros, no
wahala. If the environment is not the problem, if the way sport administration is run in Nigeria is not the problem, bring the best manager for our Super Eagles team. I will bet you will fail.
I agree with you on that 100%. So that's one thing we agree on. The way sport is being done in Nigeria is terrible. But the problem is this: we know it's not going to change anytime soon.
Bros,
because the country is terrible itself.
All these teams that have achieved success on the field. Do you think they have not achieved success off the field first? You have to get your house in order for your team to be playing very well. Too.
Yes.
Look at Cameroon.
Now, but how do you get? That's the point. So that's why we go back to the Phoenix and the Sunday Darius of this world. Those guys still being there's a problem.
That's what I'm trying to say. The problem goes just beyond the coach. The problem we have is the foundation problem. The way sport is run.
Thank you.
The ministry, the sport ministry, the NFF, we need to look into those things big time. Because I see people channeling their anger just to the team. Is it just the team that's the problem? Is it just what the 11 players played in the pitch that's the problem we have in our sport with the Super Eagles? Let's look at those. Those are the bigger issues. Look at this national team that they are doing well. Football is run better in those countries. Let's tell ourselves the truth.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, sure. Now,
look at our league. Look at our local league, for instance. It is nothing to write home about.
Let's tell the truth now.
But let's be honest, guys. Every successful Nigerian team has some players from our local league. Every success in the past has always had players from our local teams, and we don't have that anymore.
And also, there was something that football administration at that time was doing right. That's something we need to look into also.
Yes.
They might not be doing everything right, but they might have one or two things they were doing right. Because in the fact that those times that were successful, those football administration had a transition program in place for home-based players to be able to transit into the Super Eagles, the national team.
Yes.
But what do we have now? Do we have any of those what's it called, facilities in place now?
No. We just go for the foreign-based players alone.
No, wait, hold on. You know, it's one thing to have the home-based players. It's another thing for your coach to pick them. You know that Eguavon still coached the home-based players. How many months ago to what's Eguavon who coached them to that home-based African Nations Cup? Maybe those ones they go fumble.
Where did they finish? That group?
I'm not even sure they qualify from that group. You know they have the home-based African Nations Cup. They normally Chan. I think it's Chan. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So those the home-based players there. Well, is your coach willing to bring them? Is another question. So it goes back to the same. So first thing, and so when you talk about the sports development and all that, that's the wider problem, guys. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about narrowing it down now to okay, come on. the
Okay,
granular
we
thing is
can't get
our
there. How
coaches
do
are
we
not good
deal with
enough.
the team? Yeah. So,
The team is not good enough.
are you agree? What do you think needs to happen next for this Nigerian team to move forward?
Well, the truth of the matter is, I'm going to agree with what Akpos said. There's a foundational problem with the sports team. Honestly, uh I was watching what's his name, coach Eguavon before the game. They used the press conference. The backdrop was not even well placed. They were using a wired mic to be passing from Eguavon to the reporters. First of all, that is shit. There are a lot of things that need to be put in place. I would
That's
Nigeria
Nigeria.
need to get
Come on. So you not day Canada, we not day Yankee. Now
no,
Nigeria
no,
we not
no.
day.
That is the problem. That is the problem
Now we
because
know this one. We know that's normal. It's a
saying
given.
that is the problem. It is not supposed to be normal. It is
How
wrong.
do we walk around these obstacles? Those are normal obstacles. Those are there. It's not changing. It's leadership problem. It's part of Nigeria.
First of all, come out Amaju Pinnick. And I don't even
that
know
one is
what
great already. That
that one is going better.
Whatever
And I
is
don't know.
All the money.
I don't know why.
The guy travel go out now, go everywhere. You know, use and do better place for press conference.
Thank you. And I don't know why the likes of JJ Okocha and Kanowako are not, really
Involved in
impacting
some
so
way,
much,
right?
involved in it.
You're
Honestly,
right.
see what Samuel Eto'o is doing in Cameroon. Our guys are doing nothing. They're just doing photo ops, doing commercials for brands here and they're cashing out.
Came to wish them good
You
luck.
see politics involved, my sister. So you know
We know
that this guy contested.
But they should not just bring in ex-internationals. Oh, do these ex-international know what to do? No, be Nigeria. You can't be. You begin.
Yes,
that's another thing.
We are clamoring for ex-internationals. Let these people go and get their side of the job done. Let them go to school, learn these things on how football administration should be working.
Not just be a footballer and you can just do it.
True.
Learn your
Yes, the difference entirely managing the old sporting federation.
I would like to see if our coaches even get their badges.
They do.
No, because sometimes I don't feel that they do. Like, how do you not?
Let me throw this out there. They do. Emmanuel Amunuke, who was part of this coaching team now before this game, was doing tacticals for CAF. So if he does not have his coaching badge and all of that during the AFCON, it was part of the CAF technical team in terms of all
which
all
tactics would they do for CAF? Which tactics?
No, they do their technical report. They do their technical
you can
report.
be part of the technical team, but you don't get technical ability.
No, bro, he does.
But have about it. So wait, Akpos, what you said about Emmanuel? You know, Emmanuel Amunike was one that handled technical drills for the Nigerian team, the team you watched yesterday. Emmanuel Amunike, that they're talking about, that saying is the tactical advice out of CAF. Now he managed technical drills for Nigeria.
I know
Nigeria that was playing football.
I know talking the result go away. What I'm saying is, he said he does not know if they have their coaching badges and all of that. So what I'm saying is, for him to be in such
you're saying he has the badges, but you're not sure it's good enough.
He has the badges. I'm not talking about how the team performs.
Quality.
Don't get me wrong, because anybody that is pro Super Eagles now is your enemy.
No, me, I don't go make part about Super Eagles.
Yes, you're even
they watch me for ground.
Your nation. You're not even claiming us again.
No, I'm with you people. I'm in Nigeria, but
you people, you're with us.
I'm a bro. I'm a fuck up, bro.
Everybody now. Everybody they feel the pain right now.
Englishman.
Go on.
Since Nigeria is actually out of the World Cup now, can we all just talk about the teams that we are going to be supporting in Qatar 2022?
I don't want it to seem like that, guys, because hold on. I don't want it to seem like that, because just before we wrap up the show, I want everyone to know, when they first see me rocking my Black Stars jersey, I don't want to hear rap. I don't want to hear any talk. Nobody talk to me, because I'm a quarter Ghanaian. I'm just representing the quarter of my country. Do you get what I'm saying? I supported Nigeria for those 90 minutes, but now I'm a black star. Ghana to
So
the
that
world
studio
and
self,
back.
you be part of when they wish us
DJ
bad luck,
go
Abi.
Qatar. Eh?
They wish us bad luck yesterday, Abi. For studio.
No, it can never
We
go
go
that
pursue
far.
and come up for Lagos. We go stay for Accra.
But black stars to the world. Yo, big up Super Eagles. Better luck next time. But me and my black stars are going to Qatar. Any one of you can join me. We don't mind.
Up
But guys,
France.
no, that one is just you're picking your favorite. Me, I'm actually Ghanaian. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not trying to claim. I'm actually it's in my blood, people. So don't judge me in the comments.
We don't hear
Let me
now.
just
Which one now? Your coach will go walk up. We don't hear you now.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Even England themselves, I'm still deciding whether I'll follow them after that Euros, but we'll see. But yeah, let's
I'm
get
gonna
into
follow
some
them.
comments and we'll close. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it already. If you're watching it now or watching it later, thank you for joining us on the show. And Bizo says it's okay not to be a team that completes 100 passes before a goal. So not playing through the middle is okay, but to get the ball to the forward's feet quicker than support. Get the ball wide and cross. Yeah. There's little things we can do to enable us to manage with the fact that we don't have any creative midfielders, but we're not doing those things because we don't have coaches that have tactics. That's the problem. That is a big problem. There's hope for Nigeria moving forward, especially with Osimhen so young. The team must be built around how to get the best out of him, and that is a fact. He's our best player. Our team should be designed to get the best out of our best player, and only that. Let's be fair. Chukwueze is a top player, but Mbizo, he's not brought it to the international stage just yet. He's leaving his good form in Spain. It's not helping us in Spain. We need them for these African nations. There are also young players like a boy at Genk that could be given a chance. I do believe that our coaches need to do more searches of talent because I believe we do have a lot of creative players out there, but I just don't think that they're getting the opportunities they deserve. I think he's going for more if you play for a big club, get called up to the national team rather than what is the quality we need. And if we historically, with all the bad things we have dealing with our economy, etc., our FA, etc., we always had creative players that could dribble the ball, players that had a good first touch. And I'm just not seeing them in the national team anymore. And it's embarrassing. You remember Chido yesterday? Our players couldn't even take the ball to feet. We couldn't even collect the ball to feet. It kept bouncing off like Niger players, like for real. What's going on?
Those are the quality players we're talking about. Quality. Kai, God forbid, quality.
Chido, we have quality players. We don't have a team.
That's an abomination.
No,
an abuse of the word quality.
We have quality individual players.
We need to go and scout midfielders. I swear to God, midfielders, defenders, and go. See all these goalkeepers. Let's flush all of them. I swear, all those goalkeepers, flush them first.
Bring back Rufai and Enyama, please. Bring back Enyama.
I'm telling you, bring Enyama back. Bring Enyama back. I swear to God. Come on, man.
This kind of goes back to Akpos and Chido and also Okwe, what you're saying. It says here. Hold on, let me let Ola back to school. And Bizo says some nations have plans for a decade. When Germany lost to Brazil in 2002, they re-engineered their entire style, done with 6'4" robots. And outcome your Goetses, your Ozils, small, clever. Like they had a plan from that too. I think it was when they hosted the World Cup. From then, that's when the plan started. I think the under-21s won that World Cup, and they all got integrated through into this first team. And you could see the plan step by step. They kept getting further in each tournament, and you can see their style. You can see it all the way through. We need a coach that goes as deep as the under-17s. At the very least, under-16, someone that starts a foundation. It's not even just let's have a coach like Eguavon to deal with the starting 11 and the first team. So we need a coach that has a philosophy that wants to engineer it into our younger groups that gets projected all the way through to the first team. And if you look at the best international teams, that's what they've done over the years. And we've not done that. That's one thing we haven't done. I don't know if you guys agree with that. We need to go and get a foundation.
Yes, now, but again, remember this is the same thing. If you're talking about a country that fundamentally lacks structure, it's Nigeria we're talking about, guys. The guy, what we're talking about is Germany over there. This is Nigeria we're talking about. It's Nigeria. Nigeria itself does not have structure for itself. So what are we saying now?
Yeah.
It's Nigeria we're talking about, though.
I agree with you though. If you want to press a reset button, you have to be ready. You have to have people that are ready to do it. We don't have people that are ready to even start afresh and let's press a reset button and start from scratch and let's build up that team up to
Yes,
this
no.
level.
So we're
Don't have.
doomed, basically. That's what you guys are saying. We're just subjected to doom. That's what you're saying. Because
Yes,
on
now it's
all
just
these,
short term.
with all,
All we're looking
look,
for is short term
because
fix, short term
all
fix.
I know is this: in my
Mm-hmm.
lifetime, I've seen some quality Niger sides, and that was happening with all these trials and tribulation that we're going through. We were
Yes,
still
now that's
able
the
to
short term
develop
fix.
those teams. So we need to be able to do that again. And big up Munzi, he's bigging up Cheeto. Cheeto needs to come on my Monday shows, bro. He's bigging you up, Cheeto.
Monzi is
Mm-hmm.
already
Bro,
scouting.
no, well,
Monzi is
come,
already
man.
scouting.
You already get fan club here. And Bizo, go and tell them. I'm coming to tell them in the group myself. I'm going to tell them you're going to support Ghana for. Go and tell them. Tell the world. I'll be posting it on my channel, my Instagram page, my Twitter page. Black Stars to the world. Big up Super Eagles. And that's how we end the show, guys. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I think we got the therapy session was quite useful for all of us. We can all go into our everyday lives and get on with it now and forget about the Super Eagles at least until the next Nations Cup. This is the last time I'm wearing this shirt this year, guys. You guys have done this to me. You did this to me. Thank you, everyone in the comment section. Thank you, everyone that's on the panel. All their details are going to be in the description of this video, everyone. So if you want to follow their socials, go ahead and do it. Thanks for this therapy session, guys. It was much needed. Big up, everybody.